It's Friday night. You know what that means? It's time for That Damn Show. That's right. It's me, Mark, and I'm here with David and Anthony, and it's Friday night. How you doing, guys?
Anthony?
Friday. I'm good. David, Mark?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. Another week down in the books.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Good stuff.
We got like a foot of snow the other day. That was not great, but we lived through it. We've now had more snow in February than any other month any February in history now, and we're in Minnesota, so that's a lot of snow.
We were supposed to get hit with a giant blizzard and never did, so I'm not arguing.
Yeah, we hogged it.
Thank you.
So, you guys get anything cool this week?
No,
I managed to get another metallic Skeletor, but that was about it.
I tried to get one today, but then it said something about my order. But I checked out, so I don't know.
Well, that's the second one I've got. They didn't cancel it, so okay. Let's keep going.
Oh, there goes that cat. I see your cat lurking, David.
Did she vanish? Yeah, I think she went away.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Let's see here. I see John Page is in there. We got Carlita. We got Christine. We got the freaky one.
The freaky
that's
one?
Me.
Oh,
yeah,
that's you.
Me.
That's you.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Francisco Ferry? Is it? Let's see now. Is that F-R-A-I-R-E? Is that Ferry or Ferry?
That's Francisco.
Yeah. Oh, we got Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Right. Hey, guys. Well, welcome to our show, our damn show.
That damn show.
I didn't get a lot this week. I got this really great picture from John Page's daughter.
Oh, I want a picture like that.
Hey, Paige, where's our pictures?
I like how it kind of looks like it says empty.
That's what I thought it said, to tell you the truth. But
what is it? What is it supposed to say? Like evil and love upside down or something? Is it a hieroglyphic? Emily. Oh, Emily.
Oh.
Now Emily did an amazing job.
Very, 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 very much.
Emily did good job. Good job.
It made me all happy and smiley and stuff.
It melts the insides. Oh, I did get the Hot Topic Joker. It shipped today. I managed to grab one.
Yeah, mine shipped, and it's going to be here. I don't think it's going to be here like Thursday. So sometimes they speed up.
Yeah, mine said that too. I don't know.
Yeah, mine took a shit. I mean, shipped. So we're good.
No problem.
No, John from his mystery box didn't want the Laura Moon from American Gods, and I think I've never seen American Gods. I love American Gods, so he sent it to me. That was very nice. And today, Mr. Shazam came.
Oh, there you go. How's the blow?
So
I heard
let's
it wasn't
see
that fun.
Okay. So yeah, I kind of did a test on this here to see how this would work. I'm just trying.
Our friend in the chat room
to close my laptop there so it doesn't turn off, so I can watch the chat. But yeah, no, say what it is, because here I've gotta make it dark here, but I'm not gonna say the commands. Normally I would say the commands out loud, but then it does it if I rewatch it. And
our friend Carlita met the actor who's playing Shazam. He was at Midtown Comics the other day. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. She sure did.
With him, and he's a really awesome guy. I was a big fan of Chuck, which is his first big show. And okay, so let's see here. Let's turn the backlights off. Let's turn the floodlights off. Woo! All right, guys, we're here in the dark, and let's see here. Where I gotta find the button on the flashlight here. All right, so all right, so let's try a little bit.
Oh, that's it. We're at a rave.
It's very, very underwhelming here, but there it is. That's the glow. Yeah, it's here. I'll get the armbands a little bit too. So it's the star, one dot in his belt, and each of the armbands has a few things. It could be worse.
Hey, you got that Vicks?
Not a lot, but I'm not going to get the regular one. So glow is better than no glow.
This is true. That is very true. The optimist. I love it.
But now I have found a way I can actually show off the glow on camera, which we haven't been able to do very well before. So,
hallelujah, hallelujah.
And for those of you that really, really like your glow pops, if you don't have one of these are you can get them on Amazon. They're UV lights.
Oh,
yeah, they were great.
It'll also show you really disturbing things in your carpet. But
true.
Or your car seat, or your sweatpants, or you know.
I don't know what you've been doing, Anthony, but you better. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't use that for yourself, because then
I've been spending a lot of alone time in the Gen X dungeon, so it's been quality time with myself. I've had 10 sisters come and hang out with me for a long time now.
Well, Carlina, you can still turn in your phone. She must have got a video with Zach and Zachary Levi. That's what his name is. But
yes, Levi.
But you never turn in her phone. But just store it up in the cloud. Save it. Download it. Burn it on a DVD. Burn it on a Blu-ray. Print it. Hook up a VHS. Well.
There
are ways. Actually, my brother does have a VHS that you can hook up to a computer, but it's made for ripping VHS tapes into digital. But it might go the other way. I don't know. But no, hell, it's been quite a week. In fact, let me back and take a look at some of these. So we got the Emerald City Comic-Con ECCC announcements this week.
Yes, we sure did.
Some people are underwhelmed. I'm okay because it's not going to cost me as much as things like San Diego Comic-Con did and stuff like that. And you know, the numbered stuff, I'm not real. I don't care too much.
Sour Patch Kid, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, this is the first time.
What are they going to do? Just have like a Baby Ruth bar?
This is the first time I do not want, nor will I buy one of these pops whatsoever. Not even one. I'm so lucky. I'm so happy.
There's only one I want, and I'll buy it on eBay with the con sticker. Steve Zissou. I love those movies. I will get that one.
Okay, I got lucky because the Marvel ones I don't care about, and
hey, that Iron Man's pretty good.
The what?
It's just not me.
Who? What?
Classic Thor.
Oh yeah. GameStop.
Yeah, no. Chris, the only time I'm actually interested in Chris Helmsworth now is that he's going to play Hulk Hogan in some, upcoming, which I'm looking forward to. But Chris Helmsworth's going to need some serious steroids for those arms, because to mimic Hogan's arms, there's going to have to be some CGI or something, because it's hard to get them that big.
Well, he's probably going to have a lot of strength carrying that Men in Black movie.
Chris Helmsworth?
Isn't he the one? Oh, no.
He's brother. Thor.
Yeah. Isn't he the one that's
Come on, man.
No.
Who's the lead guy in Men in Black International?
I didn't even know they had a new Men in Black coming out, so.
Okay, starring Chris Helmsworth.
Wow, I had no idea.
Comes out June 14th.
I had no idea they even made a new one.
Tell me he's not in it when you didn't even know the movie existed.
I didn't know you were referring to a new one. My apologies. I feel like I'm turning into John Page now.
Oh,
I have a prediction for this week.
The coach.
I'm a manly man.
Fungo's gonna drop 18 pops at 3 hours at intervals. Nah.
Mickey's coming. Mickey is coming.
I really thought Mickey was going to come this
Wait. Alexa, turn off backlight.
Yeah, so there's 3 I'll get. I want
Alexa, turn lights to red.
The Doughboy, the Fisherman Freddy, and Steve. But Steve is number 1. I will get a con sticker on that one.
Hey, this message goes out to John Page.
And that's it.
This is me, Satan. And you're never gonna get that Mickey Mouse. It's never coming to the Funko shop.
You are the satanic manly man.
I mean, I'm with you, John. I got the rest, so I mean, I'm hoping it drops too.
But no, let's see here. Now I gotta make my lights go back to normal again. I like now that I finally made it so I could actually change the colors of the lights.
Yeah, that's very nice. It's very nice. That's any mood.
But I can't get it to where this is, where it's enough light that I don't look fuzzy and not so bright that I just glow. I look like the person that doesn't get sun that I am. So no,
where's your vitamin D?
I don't know. What? Let me refresh it. On my laptop. It had frozen. Oh no, it's still there.
Let it go.
For a second, I thought we weren't broadcasting anymore, but no.
Oh no.
So yeah, no. He's the Man in Black looks okay. I don't know. I really watched the first Men in Black. I really didn't like the second one. I never watched the third one, but yet I bought the trilogy on Blu-ray.
I don't think I saw the third one. Did I?
The third one is when they go back in time. They're like younger. The first two.
I saw it.
The first two were really good. The third one, I just kind of watched it because I saw the first two. But now I guess this new one coming out, I'm gonna have to see. These Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, they were awesome. They were such an awesome team.
Yeah, two different personalities, 100%. So I do agree with you.
Okay, so.
And if you notice, look, they're coming back upstairs slowly but surely. If you look behind me, ta-da!
They were talking to him through the walls.
They were.
It's like the little weird screen.
I really want to do a setup by market. I'm just going to take them all out of the box and set them up on shelves like that.
Oh,
it's better than being in a storage box like downstairs.
Yeah, I know. But I picture Anthony's living room like it's the couches with plastic on the furniture, and they're still the cardboard box, not the couch comes in,
No,
they all sit on the floor next to it and just stare at their furniture.
My grandmother still has the plastic on the couches. That's a big Italian thing, so I can't escape that regardless. Maybe that's why I'm an inbox collector.
Hey, there you go.
All right, so to quickly go through some of these Emerald City Comic Con ones. Looks like Hot Topic is getting
let me pull up
Borat in the Star Force suit. This big toad dude from 6-inch one Fortuna. I don't know what that is. I don't never see, so I don't know what the hell it is. Well, the shirtless Jaguar from the Pickle Rick episode, so that's always great. Since they're making 400 Pickle Rick pops that they made.
Yeah, exactly.
And the 5-star Batman, the black Batman versus the blue one. So it'll be my third 5-star Batman, but I'll keep getting him because it's Batman.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's a cool pop that I'm actually a little excited that I saw that they made the Michael Bolton 2-pack from where they're beating up the fax machine or the copier, whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
that
Target.
That looks cool. That made me laugh.
It's Michael Bolton Samar. I'm trying to say his last name like Samar. Samar's not going to work here anymore.
Yeah, that's a Target one, so it shouldn't be too bad to get if
you really want it. The Hot Topic ones, I gotta get Jaguar and I gotta get 5-star Batman, so I'm up to 2.
0 for me there.
Entertainment Earth, I want him, but I don't have to have him, so I don't know if I'm gonna go after Mr. Mistleblink.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
He's cool, and I've been surprised. In fact, there must have been some game or something because GameStop has a little action figure of him sitting on their counter, and they have forever. And it must have been like one of the giveaway things for it. And I'm always like, Mr. Mistleblink. But no, then GameStop's got Classic Thor, General Ram from Gears of War, and some blue metallic thing that I have no idea what it is.
I think it's from that TV show. I forget.
Dragon Scales? I don't know. It's another anime show that I don't watch.
They couldn't do a Destiny one. They had to do General Ram. Come on.
So I do kind of want Classic Thor.
Yeah, I do kind of want him too.
So that puts me at the 3. And then Target's got the Michael Bolton Samar 2-pack from Office Space, and then the Huey, Dewey, and Louie action figures. Don't need those. But I do need the Office Space, so that's my 4th one. But guess what, kids? I don't have to go to Barnes & Noble this year because I don't want the St. Patrick's Day threw up on Harry Potter 3-pack. And I don't collect Lord of the Rings ones, so however the hell you pronounce that thing with the red face.
Krishna. I have no idea.
That looks about right. And the Tin Man and Cowardly Lion vinyl 2-pack. Nope, don't need them. So I don't have to go and sit waiting outside of Barnes & Noble, hoping that they actually get it. Because last year for ECC, they didn't. ECCC, I'm sorry. The third C always eludes me. But they didn't get them last year until like 2 days later. So box lunch, gonna hope that I am up when they go online. So I get the Arya Stark because
holding needle. She does look sweet.
We do collect the Game of Thrones ones, but we're not going to get all the new Game of Thrones ones announced. We're not going to get all 5 thrones because that's just stupid. That's just too many of them.
Yeah, that's kind of just a money grab, I think.
Oh, I guess that blue dragon scale dude was from Fairy Tale.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
I actually just got the first season because I was watching. They've been doing these anime free seasons all the time on Amazon that you can buy. They'll give away the first season as long as you're on that day and you click the button and you hit it. So I got the first season of My Hero Academia. I got the first season of Attack on Titan, which I actually have Attack on Titan on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched all of them yet. There's two anime that I've bought the Blu-rays for that I tend to watch at some point in time, and that's I have Attack on Titan and I have One Punch Man because I heard that's really. But so I'll try to snag Arya Stark online because it's about an hour and a half drive to box lunch from here. So
yeah, I guess if I can get it, I will.
And I kind of want the Walgreens Black Canary. I'm not gonna lie, they don't have a Black Canary right now, so I wouldn't mind getting the classic Black Canary. And FYE has nothing for me.
I might get the skateboard deck. I mean, it's Lebowski. It depends how much it is.
What's with these skateboards? What's with these skateboards?
I mean, I don't skate, but I would hang it on my wall or something.
Dude, they make breakfast cereal. They make cereal bowls. They make Pez. They
board games coming out here shortly.
But all that makes sense. All that makes sense. Where do the skateboards make sense? I don't understand it.
How are skateboards not nostalgia in its prime? How many people skateboarded when they were younger?
But the thing is, they made the Tony Hawk pop, right? Why couldn't they have done this sooner? Why now randomly?
Yeah, that's true.
The Birdman has his own skateboard company. He's not going to let Funko make one of his skate decks on their cheap ass, whatever they make them on. I mean, this is not a quality skateboard. It's a deck you hang on the damn wall.
Exactly. I might get Lebowski. We'll see.
I don't need the green Power Ranger cereal, that's for sure. And, I never really watched Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I used to play the old computer game that came with you got to remember, I'm 4 years older than you, so we had different cards.
Was that the black floppy disks?
Mark, first of the 3.5 inch floppies with the little vinyl inside,
with the little
David.
Circle in the middle that they said don't touch that.
Now to get it straight, the 3.5 inches were the hard ones. The 5
yes. Sorry, with our youth, because you're so much older than us.
I know,
right?
Hold, Mark, you, the man of everything, never got into Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Never.
You got to remember, I was 4 years older than you, so it wasn't. I was interested in it at that time. I was listening to
Makes it sound like it's like 15 years older.
Come on, I was watching porn in Carmen Sandiego on the same day.
Yeah.
So where are you getting all your
year of your life?
You watch Carmen and have a smoke. You see? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What year Carmen Sandiego, the TV show, came out? So
they even rebranded it and brought it back. We're taking it back. We're taking it back.
I used to watch it. I remember it. Yeah. Where is she? What country is she in?
David, I used to love watching Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I did too.
Who was the African American female that was like the narrator? She was famous. She was in a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I don't remember.
Damn, she was in a bunch of stuff.
Whoopi Goldberg?
No.
Hey, no Whoopi.
Okay, so the TV series started in 1991. Okay, I graduated from high school in 1993. So I was a little older than you at the time that show came out.
I graduated in 97, but I was probably stoned eating cereal and I enjoyed watching it. So it was all right.
You know what it was?
I remember when the game was on the computer and it came with one of those big freaking almanacs, and you were supposed to like look through this and find the answers to it, and it was just irritating, and I would always quit.
Yeah, see, I you know what it is, David. You know what it is, David. It was probably the stoner in us that just got so involved in it.
Exactly.
Because you become Magellan when you smoke.
Watch that, Gargoyles. I mean, it was an after-school special every day.
Where in the world is she?
Like, oh, dude, is that the Arch? Whoa.
Oh my God.
Maybe you
Tony,
think if they find her, she'll bring us some donuts.
So David and Mark, you wouldn't understand, but you've all seen The Warriors. So the Carmen Sandiego narrator was the radio voice for the movie The Warriors. She would come in and be like, hey now, boppers, if you're down by this, oh my God, yes, Tony, thank you so much, Tony.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking. Okay, cool.
Stay away from them pink ladies. Oh, the thin Lizzies,
Thin Lizzies, yes. See, they need those pops. They do.
Stop.
We said it.
I mean, they did make a really good video game adaptation of that movie way back.
Of The Warriors? Yes, they did.
Yeah, because it was even on PSP, and the PSP version was even good.
And the Mezco just came out with the 1/12 scale. Oh, they're up for pre-order. If they weren't $275, I'd do it. Hey, Paige, can I take a page out of your book?
If it's Sideshow, they can do the payment program. Leave our dolls alone. I like my Destiny dolls.
Oh boy!
Mark,
anyway,
I pre-ordered the feathery one.
All right, so FYE, I don't have to worry about. So let's see, Amazon. I don't need the Sombra from Overwatch. I have the Hot Topic one, and I kind of gave up. We have a whole bunch of the Overwatch 6 inches up there. And I think I have like the GameStop Mercy, and we had a handful of them, but they started making too many of them, and I don't play Overwatch anymore, so it's just like I don't care.
Same here. I never got into that game.
The 3 dogs from The Lion King, I definitely.
They are hyenas.
Well, hyenas are they're canine.
They are. It is a canine. Okay, I gotcha.
Hyenas fight for the lion's share.
Now, Walmart has Void, which Walmart's always a pain for their
I mean,
either they're only there for 2 seconds and you never see them again, or they're in the bargain bin. I mean, you can still buy Aquaman with the Mother Cube for like $3.
Yeah, they have that one at mine too.
But We didn't collect the Incredibles before, but now that since we took in the kids and have been fostering them, that's one of their favorite things to watch, and so we've been leaning towards getting some of them. That's why I ended up picking up Monster Jack again, because that was one of the few pops that I didn't have a double of that I had traded away. Right. But I got Purple Chrome Australian Thanos for it, so I was happy with that. But no, and then Funko Shop.
Here's what will get me.
Here's where it's going to be a problem.
Yes,
so
it is.
I have to try to get. I have to get at some point in time. It's not a try thing. I do need to get the Starfire rock candy.
I don't think that one will be a problem.
No,
I don't think it'll be up.
This will be. I'll tell you my strategy in a moment here.
But are they going to release like 1 or 2 a day? That's like each day, like they did for San Diego. Like one's going to release on
New York. They did them all at once.
Oh, see, I was there, so they did. That's right. See, that's going to be true. That's going to hurt me. I don't know.
I think they had more, and they had bigger, rarer ones and stuff like that for San Diego. And I think if they thought it was a good idea, they would have continued it for New York. And since they didn't, I can't see them doing it for multiple days for this time either. But Pillsbury Doughboy with the Shamrock Cookie, I do want to get that.
I want it. Yep, me too.
I would love to collect the Scott Pilgrim's Pops because I love that movie. But do they even have a common? I think every pop line is either a store exclusive or a con pop.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Every single con, they sell a Scott Pilgrim Pops, and
unless you want the cereal.
I got the SDCC 2-pack.
Yep. And then now so there's I see a pattern forming because I think there's always going to be Scott Pilgrim. They're going to just keep making more.
Yeah, I agree.
Now it's going to be Wes Anderson movie pops forever too. So we're going to keep getting more and more Wes Anderson ones because we had Gwyneth Paltrow from the Royal Tenenbaums, Rock Candy.
I love those movies, man.
And now Steve Zissou.
That's my one out of them all. I wish they did Grand Budapest Hotel instead of Steve, but that's all right.
Well, they will because there's a lot of cons. I mean, we're going to get
baby girl.
It's true. Well, and we have Fisherman Freddy. How do you guys feel about that?
Did you get a different one?
No, this is actually just a resin statue of an old school microphone. But I was trying to throw you off. I was like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
This is the one, actually, one night of conversation that, because of everything that I witnessed, I'm just like, oh, it disappointed me so much that I'm just letting you guys enjoy it.
Nice. So what do you feel about the Fisherman Freddy trap one? Like, I'll probably
try.
Freddy
Funko Pops for the most part. A couple of the mashup ones I like. I mean, the only Freddy Funkos we have is I have the Silver Chrome from Fun Days.
Yeah, I've got that.
I got the Freddy Wise. And what was the? Oh, and I got the Robot Freddy. Those are the three that were in my locker. And
I've got the Make-A-Wish, the Robot one, and then the pink Cuphead one, the double one.
I've got the only other one that we have is the Glow Hollow, the hollow, like kind of like the hologram ones from Star Wars. They made a Freddy Funko like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
But because I like Glow Pops a lot, so we have that one. My whole plan is I think I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna try to buy the Pillsbury Doughboy and then get the F out, and then go back in and then try to get the Rock Candy because I don't think the Rock Candy is gonna sell very fast because it's Rock Candy and
right, exactly.
But Amy collects. Oh, Amy did get that Wonder Woman that she needed too, that Loot Crate one. So,
she did. Good, awesome.
So we have all the Cryptozoics except for the sketches and the Golden Goddess ones. And then Amy has all but one of the first edition Harleys, except for the Fan Expo one. So
okay.
Anybody ever comes across a Fan Expo Harley with the Mallet Hammer, that's Cryptozoic, the 9-inch.
You need it. Got it.
So
now my question is, if you get on the Funko Shop and they sell a bundle, are you just going to grab the bundle? I think I might.
Do they do that for cons?
I don't know, but they kind of like their bundle boxes. I don't know,
they've never done it at a con before. I've never seen.
I mean, look how fast or whatever the days of Christmas. Look how fast it sold out. They might try it. I think they might.
Every time they do it, though.
David, are you adding to your predictions?
I'm adding it to my predictions. There's going to be a bundle box.
That's way too specific for one of your predictions. You'd be like, I have a feeling they're going to release Emerald City Comic Con this year.
I'm doing good so far in those predictions.
Yeah, all your little 1 point ones. I think I have two that I've gotten right now that are probably worth more than all of yours together.
We're lucky this is family right now because I would say my mind. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a feeling that my Target store is going to get more pops in 2019. Okay, so now I'm actually surprised though, because the last section is there's 3 pops that are only going to be at Emerald City Comic Con, and I'm really, really surprised that the fin de chomp, the blue fin de chomp.
If it's reasonable on eBay, I'll get it.
Because it's 3,000 pieces. That's really, really high for a con exclusive. Usually the con exclusive ones are only 1,000. Every once in a while you see like a 2,000.
Right.
So
1,500.
I have a feeling that they may throw it up in the Funko Shop also.
Well, then there's the rumor. There's the rumor of the 1,000 piece green chrome vagina that's coming out.
You mean that glamour shot that they used that somebody made like a year ago? No, there's been no other picture of it other than one that's been recycled. So,
well, what else can there be used for? Listen, they did it with Batman.
Yes, but I remember Toy Tokyo is the one that does all those colored chrome ones for them, the Vegetas.
Right.
And they generally don't have a pop release for Emerald City Comic Con.
ECCC, yeah, that's true. Okay, that's touche.
And
On guard.
No, I think this is it. I think
they would have announced it by now.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Every once in a while, we do get late announcements. I know that the
did we know about Funky Phantom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We knew about it going in, right? Okay, I can't recall.
With regular announcements. So I mean,
I'm still hoping that one goes up in value. Like I have them. I'm hoping. I don't know.
I don't think it will, because there's like 8 people that know who Funky Phantom is still, and
true. You have a good point.
Yeah, I mean, even though I haven't watched it, but I know what it is, and it's very similar to Scooby Doo, but with a patriotic ghost. That's apparently fun.
I
mean, they don't still show that show. They still show Scooby Doo. So
true.
But
so what's your honest opinion of the big piece? Like the Sour Patch Kid. That's the big piece of the con. Like I think it's crap, man.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not. Well, it's tough to say. Well, no, because even the 1,000-piece Freddy Funko isn't gonna win out.
No, I'm just. Like I less numbers. I like the less numbers, but I think they just kind of half-assed it or half-bottomed it this year.
Yeah, well,
well, leave the Funko to shit the bed.
Well, let's see here. I want to see how much, because they did the baseball Freddy Funkos last year, and I know some of those were pretty low. I just want to see what they actually ended up being worth. So let me look at the Emerald City Comic Con from last year.
Well, I mean, they did the big bash this year. They did Fisherman Freddy for ECCC. I mean, really?
Yeah, I don't quite get that. I don't know.
So the 1,000-piece baseball Freddy Funko from last year is worth a whopping $60 right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
Hey-o.
I'm
gonna say
appearance.
That Sour Patch Kid will probably hold above 100.
Yeah,
because
I don't think so. It's the game of it's not like it used to
be. Oh, Anthony, brush your teeth.
Oh my god!
I am a Randy.
This goes to show, kind of like our main topic of remembering things from back in the 80s. We're doing cartoons today, but this reminds me of those little kits you used to get from the dentist. That they give you those little pellets, and you put them in your mouth. They're supposed to show you where the plaque was. It really just looks like your parents put you in the mouth.
He has to make his weekly appearance. And then
tonight's special guest.
Put your blankie down. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Wave.
Hey, buddy.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Good. Goodbye.
Yep. Go upstairs and take all your dad's pops out of the box, the ones that are in the hard plastic cases, and then take a bath.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go to bed.
Make sure you chew on the one with the real hard stack when you take it out.
Yeah, the one that looks like a Spartan. Yeah, tell them that one. I'll come to your houses.
It's got a big red bunch of numbers on the top.
Tony says that the best ECCC pop made was that World War II Captain America. That one is a really, really good pop.
Yeah, that is.
Sweet pop.
It's been one that I've meant to pick up, and I will at some point in time. But yeah, no, that's a really good pop. I like that one. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
The problem with the candy line is they're making too many of each. Not that they're making too many of each numbered one. It's 4 Peeps, 4 Sour Patch Kids.
Right, exactly.
Now there's a 5th Sour Patch Kid. And they really, 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 or if they really wanted to do multicolors, you could have done like a 2-pack or a 3-pack, but made it a single purchase. So, and it would then keep the overall number, but then there's going to be Sour Patch Kids everywhere, and yeah, I mean, the ad icon line is already taking a dive because they're making as many as they are,
Well, right, exactly.
But I like the ad icon line, so I'm happy, and I'm not planning on selling mine. I mean, it's cool when my pops are worth money, but I'm okay with them getting cheap.
Who's trying to get? Who's going to try to get a flock Jollibee?
You know,
depends on the price. I might. I have the regular one. I don't have the metallic one, but I might.
You have a metallic Jollibee? You lucky dog.
No, I said I don't have that. I have the regular one.
Oh, you have the regular. You still lucky dog.
Yeah, I do like him.
It's a cool pop.
Yeah, it is. It just looks cool. I like it. I'll try. It depends.
I got one. I dumped it immediately. I'm kind of mad I did now, but it is what it is. Or hey, does anybody have any Philippine connects? Let us know because we could all use some of that good stuff.
I'll come out in the groups because that's how I got mine. There was the random group,
of course,
and sent it over there. I think I paid like 90 shipped from the Philippines, so I was like, okay.
Well, I figure that
that's not.
It's good. The original one is gonna be, now that there's a metallic one and there's gonna be a flocked one. The original one's gonna go down in value. And
oh yeah, definitely.
If you get sub $50, I'll probably pick one up. But I've never. I had to Google Jollibee because I didn't know what it was. And
it's the Philippines Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well, they have it here too. They have it in a lot of cities here.
Oh, they have it in California, mainly.
They have it. They have one in Jackson Heights, Queens.
Yeah, there's a bunch on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, yeah. Let me think. Yeah. But that's that icon that I missed that I don't really care about. So I still need to get a Crunchberry Beast, but it keeps getting cheaper, so I can't pull the trigger on it. Don't die.
David, you all right?
Yeah, just sneezing. Thank you.
Oh, no. Well, the Lord blesses you.
Well, thank you, sir.
So tonight, and we're gonna try hard to keep an eye on the chat too, so you guys can chime in on this. But tonight's focus, which is why I'm wearing my shirt that I'm wearing tonight, is we're gonna be talking about the our favorite cartoons from when we grew up. Because
yeah, we are. We're gonna talk about weird.
Sorry, I got
animals, right?
Well, you said that the Voltron is currently an animal we can see in the zoo on the 20 questions. So I just can you go to a zoo in New York?
Never be forgotten.
Apparently the zoos there are way different, and I just want to see a picture of a Voltron in captivity. So why don't you just swing by your local zoo? And I mean, do they have them at is it like at petting zoos too? I mean, it's like you get to go into that little like machine and you put like a quarter in and you get little like pellets that Voltron eats. We played 20 questions, and Anthony's pop that we were trying to guess was Voltron, and he said it was an animal, and then B, I asked if you could currently see this in a zoo, and he said yes. So I think that we need to really bring Anthony to a biology class so he can learn what animals are, because animals are not made of robots. And then apparently his zoos are way different than ours.
Right. Yeah, it's those New York City drugs. The things they do outside the Bronx Zoo, they create all fine things inside.
Oh yeah. Send them to Ohio.
Oh yeah.
So now, there's going to be some discrepancies because Anthony, you're 40. I'm 44. David, are you 41?
40.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 years, there are going to be some different ones. There were cartoons that I watched that you guys hadn't seen, and there's going to be ones vice versa that were on that were probably in my teens, that I did. There was a few weird cartoons that I watched in my teens that were odd that I found enjoyable. Like we watched Gem and the Holograms when I was in junior high, but I'm a music nerd, so that's probably why.
It's all good.
But I watched Popeye in black and white.
Okay.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about I watched a cartoon about a girl band aimed at probably young girls when I was a boy in my teens and junior high.
Hey, anime porn.
I watched Gem and the Holograms too.
Yeah, but you weren't in junior high. You were probably in like second grade.
What?
So now, and another thing that was different for me, and I was always jealous because I grew up in Moorhead, Minnesota, which is a border town. You know, there's Twin Cities. It's right on the border with North Dakota, and on the other side of the river is Fargo. So yeah, oofda, like the movie Fargo. Yes, even though the movie Fargo doesn't take place
in Fargo.
Only scene in the entire movie that takes place in Fargo is that opening scene at a bar when they're talking about it and then leaving, and then everything else takes place in Minnesota. But in fact, most of it takes place in southern Minnesota, around the Twin Cities, and those one girls are from the Sur, which is about 25 miles from here, maybe.
Oh wow!
But yeah, so Fargo is kind of a decent depiction. Actually, northern Minnesota people talk like Fargo. Southern Minnesota, they don't. It just gets a little colder up there, you know. When we were 30 below zero a couple weeks ago, they were like 40. And at that time, it makes your brain shrink a little bit and you get weird.
Understandable. Yeah, for sure.
Then you start to talk like you're from Fargo, North Dakota.
So we lived in like a housing development that had like 54 houses, and it was about a mile outside of town. So until we moved into town when I was in junior high, we didn't have cable. So we just had rabbit ears TV. And so for the first long time, we only had 4 channels. We had CBS, ABC, NBC, and PBS. And then later we got a rogue channel that eventually became Fox, but it was just a syndicated channel at the time, which I was grateful for because that's where I became very well versed in like Three's Company and all tons of like the early 80s, late 70s sitcoms and stuff. But so we didn't have cartoons during the week very often. Like the kids in town got to watch Transformers all the time. They got to watch Transformers like 6 days a week. We got to watch Transformers 1 day a week.
Right.
And so it was always a treat when we got to see it. And we didn't get Transformers for a long time till after the other kids got it. And VCRs were still pretty new, and I didn't have any friends that were savvy enough that would tape things like that and let me borrow them and bring them home. So we were one of the first kids to get a VCR, I remember, and it was like this thick,
right? Exactly.
Tape, and it had a remote that you had to plug the cord into, and it had like a grip shift with one button on the top, and it was the pause button. But that's what taught me how to cut commercials out of everything. So I would always record things, but I had to watch them when I was recording them because I didn't want commercials in them. So it kind of was weird. But then I just would have tapes and tapes of whatever I recorded, but there was no commercials. And I loved it. So now, my earliest cartoons that I remember watching were, and they had them for years, before the Saturday morning lineup would kick in. We always had these old cartoons. So we would always watch like Underdog. And do you guys ever watch like Tennessee Tuxedo?
No.
And you never saw Tennessee Tuxedo? And like Rocky and Bullwinkle was on.
Yeah, of course.
And then Peabody and Sherman.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Really, really well versed in all of those. And then we did get only one of the really old, because there's all like the Banana Splits and Sigmund the Sea Monster and all those other ones that we never got to see. But I remember we had the Great Space Coaster was still on when I was a little kid. And I don't know, you guys probably never saw the Great Space Coaster because that was
no, I don't think so.
But
you Minnesota folk are weird.
That's a good look for you there, Anthony. I almost thought those are fake teeth again, but no, that was just your toothy grin there.
That was music.
So no, but I remember, did they still do this as you guys were growing up, where they'd have like at the end of the summer on like a Friday night, they'd have the Saturday morning preview specials. And each of the channels would do it, and they like show you little clips of all their cartoons and everything.
Yes, they did, and I used to love that. I'd have to go and see, and then I'd get all excited, and oh yeah, the countdown clock began.
That was like the Christmas catalog for new cartoons.
Yeah, it was totally. It was.
So now, what are the oldest cartoons that you guys remember watching? Like ones that were airing, in syndication.
One that's on my list that I can remember that I loved, and they had like squishy toys of Thundar the Barbarian.
Oh wow!
I don't think I remember Thundar the Barbarian.
You don't remember that with that like weird looking like swamp thing type thing with hair and oh yeah.
Let me take a look here.
I'll pause while you're looking.
All right, so Thundar the Barbarian.
You might remember once you see the pictures. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, he had that glow sword.
Wow, he looks like poor man's He-Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, did he exist before He-Man though? Oh, he's Hanna-Barbera. Oh yeah, that would have been before He-Man because it aired from 80 to 81, so it must have been a hit because it was on for one season.
Let's see, older ones. Do you remember Dino Riders?
No.
The dinosaur. Nope. See, there's another one. I'm looking through my list trying to find the older ones. There's that one.
I'm talking about all the classic ones. Of course, we all watched old Looney Tunes.
And well, yes, oh yeah, that's on there. Oh yeah,
because he says that he loves
all that good stuff. Come on, what about Mr. T? You guys know you all watch Mr. T and his
of course
his method of his.
Do you guys remember Inch High Private Eye?
No.
Oh, really?
John's getting ahead of us, and he's talking about newer stuff. So we'll maybe address Mask later.
Mask is on my list, actually. I mean, when I was a kid, my absolute favorite watching and doing all that was Dungeons and Dragons. Kids go to the amusement park.
That was, I believe, that was on CBS, and so it was really hard too because all three networks would have new shows, and that would be one time that we would actually have to pick which one we watched and tape the other one, because we had to do some really creative, because Saturday morning cartoons took us all day on Saturdays.
Oh yeah, of course.
We had to then, tape the other channels and switch everything around and everything. But what year did Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons was my hit.
That was CBS.
My fondest memories were when they would have all the mix-ups with like Chili Willy and Woody Woodpecker. Droopy Dog would be in there. Like they had like one shorter episode of each character's, episode in that season. I used to love watching those. Fang Face, you remember Fang Face?
Oh, that's
I remember Fang.
Familiar.
So Inch High Private Eye and Fang Face were two real big ones for me growing up.
Now I'm looking at some of these. Oh, Thundar was actually an ABC cartoon in the early 80s.
Thundar the Barbarian.
I would have had to have seen Thundar.
I'm sure you did. If you did, you'd remember.
So now I'm trying to find the magic year. Like I don't remember. I mean, I was old enough that I should remember. Like in 1980, ABC's lineup started with Super Friends, which I loved.
Yes, I remember Super Friends.
When I saw that they had the Wonder Twins pops, I had to get those. And then they had Plastic Man. I don't remember Plastic Man having his own cartoon.
Yeah.
Apparently he did.
Yeah.
But then back then it looks like CBS back then was a whole lot of, I mean, it was Mighty Mouse and Heckle and Jekyll, Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner, Popeye, and Fat Albert. And yeah, I remember Fat Albert. That was a great show.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, and I remember the Super Globetrotters. The Globetrotters had their own cartoon.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
You remember Garfield and Friends?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was on forever and ever. Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo.
Yeah. If you go on, there's a website called Ranker, and they actually categorize in a ranking system, kind of like a Family Feud, like top 100 votes. And for the I like their 80s lineup a lot better than their 70s. But I mean, DuckTales is number one, guys. Can we talk about that for a second?
Oh, I saw that site. Yeah, no.
DuckTales is number one.
I never really got into DuckTales.
I didn't either. Nope. I had moved away a little bit from. Hang on.
I mean, you're putting DuckTales above the Smurfs, G.I. Joe, The Simpsons, Inspector Gadget, Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. The list goes on and on and on and on and on, and they have DuckTales.
No.
Woohoo!
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
No,
nope.
that was. I was a little older when DuckTales came out, and I remember my little brother and sister watching it, and so I have the theme song in my head anytime someone says it. Anytime someone says DuckTales, woohoo! But
life is like a hurricane.
Oh no, I remember. Yeah.
Oh, yep. And I remember the Pac-Man cartoon, and Mork and Mindy and Laverne and Shirley had a cartoon.
They did.
They did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, it's fun. I should put a link in the video afterwards. There's a site I found for these guys to help them revitalize and remember what Saturday morning cartoons are on. That has the actual lineups for each of the networks for their Saturday morning cartoons each year. There's one for all the 80s and one for all the 90s, and it's
Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Hello.
I used to watch that after school.
I never watched him, but see, some of those after school ones were on cable channels that we didn't have. Because when we came home after school, it wasn't cartoons until later. Until we got the generic channel that became Fox. Because then we got I remember our after school cartoons will be like Inspector Gadget was always on after school.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's
do you guys remember? You guys remember Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling?
Oh,
I remember that one.
I feel like watching that cartoon actually made you dumber. It was a weird combination. I don't know. I remember watching it, but it was a very weird. Yeah. I mean, Gary Coleman had a cartoon in the 90s. But now
so did Mr. T.
Yes, he did. Here around the 30s, I remember a few more of these a little better on 83. That's when Shirt Tales started. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. And that's and we had Smurfs.
Oh, Smurfs.
And the Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man.
Yep.
And Little Rascals. Oh, yep, the Munchies. Those weird little dolls had a cartoon for a little while. Hell, the Rubik's Cube had a cartoon for a year.
Yes, I saw that when I was looking. I don't remember that one at all.
I don't remember that one. I remember the Duke Hazard one. And 83 is also when Dragon started.
How about Rambo and the Forces of Freedom?
I remember that.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's always good when a rated R Hollywood movie gets a cartoon.
Right, exactly.
You're not going to let your kids watch First Blood.
So there was a cartoon in the 80s called Tranzor Z. And guess what the main character kind of looked like? A mix between Voltron and Megazord.
Oh, yeah, John was talking about that one earlier today. And that was just another one of those Japanese cartoons that they renamed and dubbed in English. But I never saw that one. Oh, the Get Along Gang, I remember that. Now, 84 is when Muppet Babies started. And we
all
a lot of Muppet
Babies.
Yeah.
The nursery. Yeah.
Love me some Muppet Babies. Let me think. It was where is it here? It was the theme was how's it goes?
Muppet Babies will make your dreams come true. Muppet Babies will make your dreams come true.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Go bye-bye!
We watched the crap out of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, definitely.
The short Ewoks cartoon. Yep, 85 is also when Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling existed for the year.
Didn't he come on as himself at the end and say some words or whatnot? I think I remember.
Probably. Kind of like knowing is half the battle. And
yeah, exactly the same principle.
So now mid 80s, we also I also would get to catch G.I. Joe every once in a while. But since that was a syndicated cartoon, sometimes those would be on at weird times that the networks like air it like on a Sunday afternoon.
I used to watch it. I used to watch it every day before 6th and 7th grade before I went to school. Every day, Monday through Friday.
Yep, and get those words of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, 86 is when one of my favorites as a kid, Pee-wee's Playhouse. I know it's not a cartoon, but it's Saturday morning, and
I watched
animated. The Pee-wee's big. I love that one. Oh, that's right. There's also a Teen Wolf cartoon and a Punky Brewster cartoon.
And leave it to Johnny Page for saying Transor Z was badass.
Yeah. He still likes the Micronauts. He thinks that those are really cool action figures, and they're not.
Is he a big GoBot fan?
Yeah, he probably was more into GoBots than Transformers. You know, nice. GoBots were for like kids that weren't. Well, okay.
Here we go.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yep.
Well, once I got myself a transformer, and I was having a hard time with it because it had all these parts that would float, and then I got mad, and I threw it against the wall, and then I punched myself in the genitals until I lost consciousness. And then Mom found me laying unconscious on the floor, and she was like, "What's wrong, Mark?" And I was like, "The Transformers are too hard." So then they would just, she went to the store, and she found me a GoBot. And it was amazing, because you just had to fold it in half, and then it was done.
That's the story of GoBots. And they even had a Ghetto GoBots cartoon for a while, but it didn't last for very long.
They did. I remember that.
Every GoBot was like a car, and they looked okay. And then they would like just fold in half. You'd unfold them, and it would be a robot that looked really bad. So la 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 la
la la la. I feel like I'm sitting down eating my Cocoa Puffs, you know, putting on my Catholic school uniform, staring at the big knob TV that we had, and the screen was fuzzy, and you know, I'm watching Duke and Cobra Commander about to go at it, and then of course the episode would end, and then I'd have to go to school.
Right.
So that's what just happened to me.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have cartoons before. Yeah, we had the Today Show. But I always loved when I got to stay home from school, because then I could watch game shows, and game shows are always fun. And now they don't have game shows on all morning anymore. Now, Fraggle Rock was actually on the networks for a little while. I did not know that. I thought that was all HBO. But no,
I didn't know either.
Disney's The Gummy Bears. That was a great cartoon. I remember liking that when I was a little kid. I'm just looking at some of these other late 90s ones. This would have been when I cared less and less, and probably like I don't remember the Hey Vern, It's Ernest cartoon. Hey Vern, hey Vern. Remember Jim Varney? Didn't Jim Varney do the voice of the Piggy Dog? And then of course he also did all the Ernest movies. Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yeah,
but it started out as a commercial. Like, hey Vern, hey Vern, hey Vern, and I can't remember if it was for some hardware shop or insurance, or I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was something like that.
But then it, you know, blew up from there. And
guys, Fat Albert, come on, how are we leaving out Fat Albert?
Hey. And the one with the hat that always had it down and the eye holes in it. Who was that?
And I got a song to sing for you.
Oh, what was his name? Was he the one? Because there was like Mushmouth, but that wasn't him.
Oh, here, let me Google it.
I've had to look it up before. But no. And then
Albert.
See if there's much by the end. Oh, because then starting in
Dumb Donald.
Dumb Donald?
Yeah, that was with the hat, the pink hat over his face.
And that was, you know, back when Bill Cosby was making, you know, drinks for people and
right, exactly. Pudding pops.
and raping everybody. But
his little sprinkle for you.
So it looks like 89 was the year that Saved by the Bell joined NBC's Sunday morning lineup.
What a great show. What a great show. Thank you, Tiffany Amber. Thank you for making my childhood fun.
The childhood soap opera.
No, that was like, what was that show on Nickelodeon? 15?
Oh, I don't remember. Oh my God, that's right. Christine, good call. They made a Beetlejuice cartoon. I forgot all about that.
Yep, they did make a Beetlejuice cartoon. Oh, and Menudo. Oh, Menudo. I think I can't remember if Ricky Martin Menudo. You know, I've talked about Menudo forever. You know, because most people don't remember Menudo being on Saturday morning. You know, and I was never very excited about it. Menudo was this Spanish boy band. But it was like this everlasting like entity where a million different people moved through it. Ricky Martin was in Menudo at one point in time.
Yeah.
And they made a show out of it. And I remember once on the sitcom Just Shoot Me, the one of the guys, I can't remember what character it was, but he made a derogatory comment about Menudo, and he went down to the parking garage, and there was like 40 guys down there waiting to jump him, and it was all the previous members of Menudo. And oh, Bobby's World. Yep. So now those are some of the when Fox, Bobby's World was Fox, and I almost wonder if Beetlejuice wasn't too. And Louis Anderson had one too.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
What was it? What was Louis Anderson?
Oh yeah.
So they made Alf into an animated series. Or yeah, he started as.
No, it was after the show was popular.
Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Obviously, Johnny Quest. I mean,
yeah, I remember a little bit of Johnny Quest. Did you guys was it still on Saturday morning rotation when Land of the Lost was on?
I don't remember. I think I was already past that.
I remember I was little and the Sleaze Stack scared the crap out of me.
Hey, Mark, you were showing us something before. Why don't you pull that out? Because that is awesome. That's like the Miz WWE. Awesome. Show it off. Show it off.
Let's see here. I'm going to pull it up, and I can tell you some of the stuff that's on there because it's in my computer bag over there, and I don't want to go get it. But so there's a CD. It's called Saturday Morning's Cartoons Greatest Hits. And it came out in... What year did it get released? And it was really awesome. It was released in 1995. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And it was a bunch of modern bands, alternative bands that covered all these old Saturday morning cartoon and TV show theme songs. And if you bought it originally, it also came with a VHS tape that had a whole hour-long program that was hosted by Drew Barrymore because she was very alternative and 90s. And I found the whole video. It's actually on YouTube. I'll have to, maybe I'll link it and put it in our in the That Damn Show fan page. And they actually have the full thing on there because they have like music videos and stuff. That's where you can see like Face to Face's video for Popeye the Sailor Man and stuff like that. But so I mean, it had a lot of some of the best ones on there. Sponge's cover of Go Speed Racer Go is pretty good. Matthew Sweet did the Scooby-Doo theme. Semisonic and Mary Lou Lord did the Sugar Sugar, the Archie's theme. Some of my favorites, though, Butthole Surfers did the theme to Underdog, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Helmet did the old Japanese black and white cartoon Gigantor's theme song. Ramones did the Spider-Man theme song. Reverend Horton Heat did Johnny Quest and Stop That Pigeon from Dastardly and Muttley. Let's see here. Violent Femmes did Eek, Op, Orp, Op, Op, the one song from a Jetsons episode.
They picked the one song from the one episode.
Yeah, the old band Dig did the Fat Albert theme.
Hey, hey!
By the Sailor Man, which is a great cover. Tripping Daisy did the Sigmund and the Sea Monster theme. Toadies, which is a great band. If you've ever heard the song Possum Kingdom, one of my all-time favorite 90s songs. But they did the Ghoulies Get Together from the Groovy Ghoulies. I remember that show because I must have saw it in syndication because I looked at the years that it actually aired, and it was before I would have been watching cartoons. But it was kind of like this like laughing slapstick comedy half hour, but it was all the classic monsters doing it.
I just want to, I got to add in because you mentioned the Toadies. Tyler is my favorite song by them. On
their live album, they also cover Where Is My Mind by the Pixies.
Oh, hey now.
And Wax does a really good cover of Happy Happy Joy Joy by Ren and Stimpy. But
and look at that, that's a classic.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's a modern classic.
I remember that was on the Sunday morning Nickelodeon lineup when I was in. Was that? I think it was high school that was on because I remember we taped that and we watched Space Madness so many times.
Space Madness.
And we did really bad impressions. You know, people did really bad Ren and Stimpy impressions just as bad as people did really bad Cartman impressions 10 years later. You know, that's just kind of how it was.
Or really bad Beavis impressions.
Fire,
fire, fire, fire. DP for my bunghole.
But now, okay, so my all-time favorite cartoon from when I was a little kid was Robotech. Because that was like...
Oh, Robotech.
Continuing story that was a half hour every day. And I need to rewatch it again. I have the really nice big, like 14 disc box set sitting over there that even has like all the toy commercials and everything that you could ever want from Robotech. But, and it was semi-serious, but then I still know like they had like this, because it was basically this ship folds and sucks up this like an island like Hawaii up in outer space. So then everybody has to rebuild and they like warp on the other side of the universe and they don't know how to get back home. So all these people are living in this great big giant ship that they don't really understand the technology for because it was a Zentradi ship that they later find out that the Zentradi were all really, really tall dudes. And so, but, and they had like this girl that became like a pop star on their name, Min-May. And I still know all of the Min-May songs. Somehow I can still remember them all. And it was a great show. And I was really, really sad because I remember it's broken up into 3 segments. There's Macross, and then there's Southern Cross, and then there's the Robotech Masters. And I think we got done with the Macross one, and we got like 3 episodes in to Southern Cross, and school started. And we couldn't watch it anymore. And I was really, really sad.
Hey, Tony, this is for you, Tony.
Nice. There we go.
No, I kind of remember.
Yeah, that's for you, Tony.
That was.
How could you forget Voltron?
I remember,
hey, guys.
It wasn't on very much where I was when I was a kid.
The best cartoon of all time is right here. It's right here. It's right there. It's imprinted on my body for the
for sure.
I love Thundercats, and one of my other favorites, which I can't believe I forgot to mention, is He-Man. I loved He-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who didn't? Come on. Always.
I remember when me and my brother got chickenpox because our neighbors had chickenpox. My parents somehow, it was a cruel thing that they'd make you go play with the other kids that had diseases. And, the neighbor kids have herpes. Go over to their house and get herpes too. So we got chickenpox.
Jesus.
And well, chickenpox is a form of herpes. But anyway, okay, so we both got He-Man. So I got He-Man and my brother got Skeletor. And then I remember my brother got Skeletor's Castle Grayskull. And if I didn't have some of my equipment for the show sitting on this, I'd hold it up. But now I have the new version of Castle Grayskull, which is the Bat Cave from the DC Primal Age. And I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this thing. It's really big. I think, you'll
figure it out. It'll come to you.
Too big to put on a display unless I totally redo the things. But I'm thinking when, Sawyer's going to turn 3 at the end of this year. he might be big enough that I might let him just have it for Christmas this year. And then I'll give him, I have the Batman, and then I have Ace the Bat Hound, which was the Cringer, ripoff. And, rumors in town that there's going to be no more Masters of the Universe pops because they got mad at Funko because of these Primal Age.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
No, the Savage World. The Savage World.
Well, they're called the Savage World were the horror ones. Because the DC ones are called DC Primal Age. But and they're making another line of the too. What was that, Anthony?
What? You cut out there for a sec.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh. But no, so I'll probably get the Joker one. Because he's obsessed with Batman now. And so we've given him we have a ton of Batman #1s. Because Amy's been she does a lot of customs of them for me, and we gave him one of the Batman #1s, and then Carlita sent us a few, and now he's got like 3 or 4 regular sized pops, and then I gave him a whole bunch of Batman mystery minis and stuff like that because I had extras of those the different colored ones and like the negative Batman and the Bullseye Batman and all those. So he has all those plus the Little People, Fisher Price Little People made little DC superheroes and then the little car ones. He has his course. So, but it's really funny. He knows a lot of their names, but Wonder Woman is just woman. And so he'll come down here and he'll get to where the Wonder Woman pops is. He goes, woman. Great.
At least he knows his boobs.
All right. So you guys need to elaborate a little more on some of yours now. David, go to town.
I mean, you really hit them all there. I mean, you did everything. Anthony, you go, and I'll feed off of you.
Listen, I mean, they're tattooed to my body. Transformers. It was like Transformers was the definition of us growing up, David. It was our.
I mean, that's true. That is.
It was the cartoon that we got. I mean, okay, so it started, I think, in like 85 or 84. So I was 6 years old, and you got to see these awesome cars and trucks battle.
Turn into these big, yeah, exactly.
They would turn into these awesome Autobots roll out, and Optimus would lead. Listen, Optimus is, I think, you know what it was, Mark, David, that was the first cartoon, besides the things that I have the nostalgia with for like sitting on my parents' lap when I was sick, and Sunday afternoons when it was raining, my dad and I would watch Godzilla and then old reruns of Tom and Jerry and Black and White Popeye and stuff like that. But Optimus Prime's voice, forever is embedded in my head. It will never go. It's why it's probably like 1A with Thundercats. It's really hard to give either one the edge. Thundercats, because God, I hate that I'm going to admit this live, but I really had the ultimate crush on Chitara.
Yeah, she was hot.
I loved Thundercats, and Transformers was great. I didn't get to watch it as much as a lot of people did because it wasn't on our channels very often. But then, hey, that Transformers movie. Did you guys see that in the theater?
Oh, I do remember that. Yes, I do.
And they did not pull any punches in that movie. They killed Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, and then they give the Allspark to Hot Rod.
Yep.
And then he becomes, oh my God, crap, I forgot. But anyway, yes, and I'll tell you. So my aunt and her partner used to have a house in Rocky Point, which is it's a town east of here. It's a big beach town, a big surf town. It wasn't a typical house that you would live in year round. Every weekend that they would take me out with them during the summertime, and we would go collect beach glass and enjoy beach days, stuff that you couldn't do as an inner city kid. You know what I mean? But my one request every weekend on Friday night was that we stop at, you guys ready for this? Blockbuster Video.
Oh, jeez.
And we get Transformers the movie on VHS, and I would watch it every night before I go to bed. And guess what I went to bed doing? Crying my eyes out because Optimus Prime dies. So thank you for that childhood nightmare.
But come on. I'll share an equally embarrassing one. So I've always been a gigantic music nerd, and I remember when I was a little kid, and I remember really liking the song. I don't remember liking it as much as my parents remind me I did, but I would listen to Peter, Paul, and Mary's Puff the Magic Dragon over and over again. And apparently when I was I would
live by the sea.
I would start crying, okay? I would bawl my eyes out when I was playing. And then I'd be like,
Mommy, please play this song again.
And over and over and over again. And they love to tell me that story at least every 3 months. But
I'm sure you can never live that one down.
But yeah, no. So yeah, I got emotional with that song, kind of like you got emotional with the Transformers. I don't ever remember crying at the Transformers movie though.
Well, I was 9, so it's a little bit different for me.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You just need like a good clean cleanse, palate cleanser cartoon like Watership Down.
But I mean,
cartoon.
Look,
you guys ever see Watership Down?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
this is how much I love my cats.
That's awesome.
See, now I really remember liking Thundercats, but Thundercats now there's another one we've made mention earlier too. And David, you said this one was on your list. That I remember having toys for this, and I remember watching the cartoon, but I have no concept of what it was about anymore. And that's Mask. I
know. Yes, I remember.
The part of Mask that was in my mind.
Stuff with their
checked out. I don't even remember.
No, who are the bad guys? I don't remember either.
I remember I had toys for it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, the dude in the gray suit, and you had like the semi. Yeah, I don't remember, but I remember watching it.
I see you guys talking about Mask in there, and I remember I liked Mask because I asked for toys for it, but I don't. That part of that must have checked out. It was
it's the exact same for me.
Took its spot, and that one is gone.
So why don't we ask Memory Bank Boy to give us a little?
Yeah, Mr. Great Memory, John Page.
You guys did a show on Internet Trolls. The Big Man Manly Man forgets that.
You guys forgot to put what was Pee Wee's Big Adventure in your show last week, John.
I know we talked about it for like a half an hour. Like
we did lines from it forever.
I'm looking at it.
In fact, I didn't think it deserved to be in the top 5 until we talked about it for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, yes, this has to be in the top 5. John, we love you.
Years when it was on.
Johnny, it's all out of love, Johnny. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Take it away, Air Supply.
Wait,
no.
What is Ryan Reynolds saying?
Air Supply. Air Supply was making love out of nothing. No,
that was Air Supply. What is Ryan Reynolds saying? Van Wilder when he's playing when he loses the blonde haired chick, I forget her name, and he's sitting there with the acoustic guitar and he's like, Air Supply. Damn, I can't remember what he says. It's a great quote, but yes, it is Air Supply.
I need to watch that again. I haven't watched it for a while, and I have a huge man crush on Ryan Reynolds. So.
Oh my God, me too. Absolutely.
There's a few people that Amy always tells me that I have man crushes on because I like them too much, and it's Ryan Reynolds, it's Chris Hardwick, probably Kevin Smith.
And yes, vegetarian Kevin Smith especially.
Well, they were just on Big Bang Theory last night because why can't I think of his name? Will
Jason Mewes?
No, Will.
Come on, man.
Will Wheaton was on, and
okay.
Again,
he's on. He plays himself as he's an ongoing character on the show because him and Sheldon are like enemies, and so you find out that Will Wheaton has a secret. He has a secret Dungeons and Dragons night, and that Stuart gets to go to, and they get really mad that when they find out this exists because it's comprised of Will Shatner. There's Will Shatner, Kevin Smith, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and the guy that plays the werewolf on True Blood that's also married to Sofia Vergara and he was in Magic Mike. I can't think of his name. One of the women in the chat will probably post it really soon because.
Yeah, I don't know. Drawing the blank.
Magic Mike, I don't know.
Strike Command.
They fought Venom? When did they fight Venom?
The Venom.
Well, how is it Mobile Armor Strike Command when it's MASK?
Ah, you see? Command. KOMMK for like, you know, they do the throw off there.
Yeah, because didn't the truck trailer turn into like the command and have guns and stuff sticking out of it?
I don't know. I think I was too high on peanut butter and jelly by the time this thing came on TV.
Exactly. I mean,
Channing Tatum?
No.
I mean, you guys both said like you're one big cartoon. For me, like I said earlier, it was Dungeons and Dragons. That was my
David, did you ever play the game where you get together with like 30 people?
No,
She's married to Joe. It's Manganiello.
Joe Manganiello?
Yeah.
Manganiello.
Joe Manganiello, how you doing, huh?
He's a pretty funny guy. I like him, at least in interviews. I've got a kick out of him. But dudes, you need to talk about Mark Wahlberg starring in the Transformers movies. No, we don't have to talk about Mark Wahlberg being in the Transformers movies because that's not a cartoon. Even though we were just talking about Big Bang Theory, it's not a cartoon.
Well, the Transformers movie, the first Transformers movie was really good with Shia I Lost My Mind LaBeouf.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, the first one was good.
And then I watched all those memories. The second one, and I'm like, oh no, and I turned it off. I've never watched one since. Even though I'm gonna watch Bumblebee.
Megan Fox and anything I'll watch. So
I don't know that
Jonah Hex.
Megan Fox.
The movie Jonah Hex. Did you watch that?
Oh no, I didn't watch that.
That's her and Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
It's a DC comic.
The comic book.
It got really bad reviews and probably doesn't exist anymore. But
then I have to find it. That's my big thing. Oh, hey, Mark, I really wanted to tell you, by the way, I started Umbrella Academy.
Is it good?
Oh wow, it's awesome.
Yeah, the cinematography and just the art direction that showed us looks amazing. But
it's awesome.
We haven't got around to watch because Amy says she wants to watch that one with me, so we have to find the right time to do it. What is John texting me about?
He's texting me about New Kids on the Block songs. You got the right touch, baby. Love the way you turn me on.
Oh yeah. You got the touch song from the Transformers movie. It was also the song that Mark Wahlberg sings in Boogie Nights.
Well. Thank you, Mr. Page, for having some type of memory tonight.
Yep. Now he's typing the words of the song. No,
yeah,
that is that is a famous song movie. But no,
jeez, David, jeez.
I know, right?
Okay. So no, I mean, is there anything I know? Okay, I know it's once we started college, you know, because I remember through high school we would watch Tiny Toons every once in a while because I got a kick out of that.
Yeah,
but
Animaniacs.
Yes, what I was gonna say is once college started, Animaniacs started.
Yeah,
and it was Animaniacs and Batman the Animated Series. Those are
yes. Batman. Yes.
Every day that we went to dinner in the cafeteria, but because Batman the Animated Series is awesome. And
it is.
It's
and then you got Mask of the Phantasm. Like I watched that movie like time after time after time again.
Yep, and I remember I used to hate it because it came in one of those Disney clamshell. Because back then it was only like little kids movies that came in those clamshell ones. You know,
the big white. Yeah, you had to rip it open. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, I watched Phantasm so much.
Yep, that was really, really good. And
it was
because they didn't necessarily write to kids, you know, and that's why we've been watching. Sawyer's been watching the Batman animated series, which was from maybe like 7 or 8 years ago. That was like when the Joker has like dreadlocks and that one.
Yeah, I never even heard of that one.
Joker
has dreadlocks.
You know, we watched a little bit of the animated series, but animated series is a little dry for him yet, and I think he's got to be able to understand a little better to enjoy that one. So we're going to save that for later.
Understandable.
But there's been several Batman animated series, you know, in the last 20 years, because there's also Batman Brave and the Bold, and I think there's one other one too that we have. So let's see here. Well, now they're just talking about Marky Mark. That's me.
Who doesn't love a good Wahlberg?
You're my funky bunch.
Hey, let's not, you know, let's leave Marky Mark out of this.
So no, I'm trying to think if there's any other cartoons that we missed.
No, we hit Gargoyles. We hit all that, I think.
You know,
after my time.
Because you mentioned like, you know, college and stuff, and those were the days where like MTV would do like Eon Flux and Oddities and
well, you know, I love The Mask. The Mask was in one of the pops I really want them to.
What was it? Liquid TV on MTV or something like that?
Yeah, Liquid.
That's where Eon Flux got its start. That's where Beavis and Butthead got their start.
Eon Flux. Like, how is she going to die tonight?
You know.
No. I was going to say something. But Scarlett Johansson made Eon Flux that much better.
That was Charlize Theron.
Oh, yeah. That one, yes. Scarlett Johansson, Charlize Theron, same name in my brain.
Ooh.
Well, they're built the
same name. No, come on. They sound the same syllables. They roll off the tongue.
I don't know if I would have wanted to watch cartoons with Anthony when he was growing up, because I think that if we used this light, we'd find weird spots everywhere.
But between Eon Flux and Chitara, forget about it. Don't put that light against my walls.
Mine either, for that matter.
You know, off-white paint. I made a lot of it.
My room was green in color until I discovered.
Oh man!
So Tony, did you actually see a Rubik's Amazing Cube? I'm sure I watched it, but I do not remember that.
Ever. You know, how can you make a cartoon out of a cube that you match up the colors? Like I don't.
I'm sure they made it have magic powers or something.
What? It took you to a magical land far out in space. Like no. It's probably why I didn't watch it.
I just remember when I was at piano lessons when I was a little kid, my little brother walked from school with me, and he was pretty young. And while I was having my piano lesson, he tore the stickers off an entire Rubik's Cube that was sitting on the coffee table of my piano teacher.
Uh-oh. That's a mortal sin.
We had to buy our piano teacher a new Rubik's Cube.
I'm sure. Yep, that's
no. But yeah, no, I think, you know, I'm sure there's other ones, you know, there's a lot that popped in, you know, when I was like reading over stuff, because I remember really liking Gummy Bears, you know, and Muppet Babies. For whatever reason, I just love Muppet Babies.
Here and there and everywhere.
You know, way back in the day when I did some telemarketing about, oh God, that would have been in the 90s. I remember I called somebody and that was their answering machine message. It was this girl just singing the theme to Gummy Bears, which was way after Gummy Bears aired. So I thought it was really funny. But now every time I think of the Gummy Bears theme song, I think of
her answering machine. Yeah.
So if you're out there, I still remember that song you sang on your answering machine. All of you watching the show aren't probably very good, but
we did talk about the Snorks, right?
Snorkels?
Yes.
They're snorks. They're just snorks, not snorkels.
Oh, they are. Okay.
No, it came from the producers of the Smurfs, and I think that they just wanted to
underwater theme.
They wanted to make more Smurfs, and let's take their hats off and give them straws and make them live underwater. And that was the Snorks, which I remember. I don't remember disliking the Snorks, but
no,
I love the Snorks.
Then they turned into Teletubbies, didn't they?
Oh gosh,
no. I've never watched a whole episode of Teletubbies. In fact, only one time I remember flipping through channels and I stopped on it and it was on. And then there was just this creepy baby for a son.
Yes, that did it.
I don't need to be watching this. So I got away from that, you know. But you know, I still wish that I was always jealous of all the people that had the afternoon cartoons and stuff. But we had different stuff that we would watch after school because I remember on PBS they would have a. Do you guys remember 3-2-1 Contact?
Oh my God! Yes,
that does sound familiar.
3, 2, yes.
Contact is, and then of course they had my favorite young kid detective show on there, the Bloodhound Gang, which then you know the band took the name from.
Right.
But the Bloodhound Gang was a great little show on there. But like 3-2-1 Contact, I think it was a bunch of like educational stuff that was semi-interesting to kids, and then they had an episode of the Bloodhound Gang, and then it was over.
Bloodhound Gang. Is that the one where McGruff gave a speech at the end?
No.
Okay, I don't remember which cartoon that was then.
Like whenever there's trouble, we'll be there on the double. We're the Bloodhound Gang. I think that's the song.
McGruff cartoon. McGruff the Crime Dog. Oh, what was that? Yeah, I think it was just McGruff the Crime Dog.
I don't remember.
Okay, so Tony's talking about some really old school cartoons with some cracked alt superheroes that had Strongman, Cuckoo Man, Tornado Man, Rope Man, and Diaper Man. Whoa, that just sounds like an afternoon at the old folks' home. That guy's cuckoo. That guy, you know, he knocks everything over like a tornado. I don't know what Rope Man does, but there's a lot of Diaper Mans there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't recall. I mean, and then you guys remember like the OG Fantastic Four?
Oh yeah, I remember that cartoon. And like Spider Friends, you know, because
yes,
like and go in and he had that little thing and like it'd flip open and be a computer, and then they had their little base, and it was Spider-Man, Iceman, and the Human Torch. Was that the Spider Friends? Was it those three?
Was it the Human Torch or was it just Torch? Was he already Human Torch at that point?
I think so.
Because Human Torch was a character that came out originally pre-Fantastic Four. I actually think it's one of the first comic book characters ever, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what his actual name. Fireboy? Flame Boy? I can't remember what it was.
Okay, so these weird superheroes, it was called The Mighty Heroes. And it aired for one season in 1966 on CBS.
Ooh.
I want to see
that flip book.
What the Rope Man. He's a sailor who works at the docks. Airtight with a British accent, he can transform into seemingly unending length of rope. He can use his hands like lassos and can even weave himself into a net. The drawbacks to his powers are he often gets tangled up or knotted more often around his teammates. So, what can I ask you?
Look at my lassos.
Diaper Man is a red-headed, diapered, yet fully articulate baby, as well as the leader of the group, who sounds like Popeye, a lot like Popeye the Sailor Man. His main weapon is a bottle, which he's holding onto, which he holds by the rubber nipples. He can swing it around or shoot like a slingshot forcefully.
Fecal matter at the enemy.
The bottle can also shoot high-pressure streams of baby formula. In emergencies, Diaper Man, and often Strongman, will drink some formula from the bottle with extra strength is needed. I need to see this. Okay, Tony, you have piqued my interest. Okay, Cuckoo Man is a bird shop owner whose powers are the most limited in the group. Unlike the other heroes who can fly with no effort, Cuckoo Man has to flap his arms almost constantly in order to keep afloat. The conclusion of every episode always shows him lagging behind the pack as he fly out. Cuckoo Man changes into his costume by jumping up through the bottom of his store's cuckoo clock and then popping out through the little door. While the heroes are flying, accompanied by a jet.
Accompanied by a jet.
Mighty Mouse's Cuckoo Man is represented by a chuggling jalopy engine sound.
Oh my god.
The strong man, he has super strength. He speaks with a friendly farm boy type of accent and holds a civilian job as a mechanic. His favorite fighting move is the jet-propelled bow, by which he flies into the villains fist first. Okay, so the last one, Tornado Man, is a television weather forecaster who can spin himself into a tornado. He often sucks the villains into the vortex and then shoots them out towards the nearest wall. He speaks in a wheezy voice. How is this not the greatest one of all time? I mean, with episodes like The Plastic Blaster, The Shocker, The Enlarger,
The Shocker,
The Time Eraser. I mean, these all sound like very bad. The Bigger Digger.
Oh. Is this porn or is this cartoons?
I know, that's what I was thinking too. I'm the
director.
Rocker with the Shocker.
It caused him to become the Enlarger.
It's a grower, not a shower.
Well, there are definitely clips on YouTube, so this will be something I'll be checking out later because, wow, you know, every once in a while, you know, you find these things and the mighty heroes. Wow, this is
yeah, this will be interesting.
I'm very interesting. Check it out, Tony. Thank you very much.
Piqued our interest.
Oh, I remember George of the Jungle.
Magilla Gorilla.
Yeah, I remember some of those. And what was it called? The one, it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon where they always were racing, and it had like all the Hanna-Barbera characters.
And they were always racing?
There's always like the Blue Falcon and Dastardly and Muttley. Let's see here. I gotta look this up because what's it called?
And they were always racing. Ah, shit. I don't remember.
It was called Wacky Races.
No, that I don't remember.
In fact, they've done pops from Wacky Racers. I remember that. I loved that show. But yeah, I know they all had different vehicles, and it had like Captain Caveman I see in here, and oh yeah,
Jabberjaw or whatever his name was. It's not throwing up there anymore.
Dum Dum.
Yeah, was on that one. He could have been. Oh yeah, no, I see one that a picture that actually has Jabberjaw in it. So I'm sure they swapped out a lot of the different ones throughout the different times. I didn't remember Jabberjaw too much until maybe a little later.
Yeah, no.
About it. But yeah, Captain Caveman, that was another one of my favorite cartoons when we were really little.
Captain Caveman!
That was a good one.
And Hong Kong Phooey. I loved Hong Kong Phooey. My brother loved him even more. In fact, my brother used to have this, he was a really little kid. He had this little bathrobe, and he'd call it his Hong Kong Phooey robe. And he would, like, you know, do karate moves wearing this light blue, not very karate looking robe. No, I mean, there are so many. It's so hard because so many of these were on for short periods of time, and all the different syndicated ones and things like that. That, you know, I mean, there's been plenty of cartoons that, as an adult, you know, that we've grown to love. I mean, I don't watch as many now as I used to. I'm many behind on The Simpsons. I mean, the ones that we watch right now, we've watched a lot of Big Mouth, but we haven't finished that yet. I love Bob's Burgers. Have to watch Bob's Burgers every week. That's that might be my favorite ongoing cartoon right now. I went through my phase where I loved Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I don't know. In fact, I bought a digital copy of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the movie, today for $2 because it was on sale on Vudu. So I was gonna go, oh, maybe I'll watch that again sometime. But no, and like Venture Brothers. Love Venture Brothers. Did you guys ever watch like C Lab 2021 on Adult Swim? Oh, you guys never watched Adult Swim? Brack Show, the claymation, a Moral Oral. That's a very, very funny show. In fact, you guys, if you haven't watched, it's like called The Baker's something. About it's Moral Oral. It's done in like the Davy and Goliath animation style, clay animation style, and it's all supposed to be like supposed to seem like it's got a very religious theme, but it's horrible stuff sometimes.
Okay.
So Moral gets to the age where he starts discovering himself, but his dad says that it's a sin to spill yourself, because it's only for making babies. So then he gets he gets a pastry, one of those pastry bags.
Yeah.
He does it into that, and then late at night he starts sneaking into women's houses in this neighborhood and squirting it in them and impregnating all of them. And yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, definitely.
But and Metalocalypse was great too. Anthony, I'm surprised you've never watched Metalocalypse.
No, never heard of it.
It was maybe 10 years ago on Adult Swim, and it kind of is a caricature of modern like heavy metal people, but they go on adventures, and it's really good.
10 years was a rough time. You talking like 29, 30? Oh my God. If that's when it came out, that's when I just got put into remission, and my alcoholism literally took over because I was in such a funk I should have been in a better mood because I just beat cancer, but it actually beat me down to the point where I was like, why am I alive? Ah, woe is me. You know how it goes. But here I am today. Ha ha ha.
That's very good. We're glad that you're here.
Yes, I am glad that you're here.
No, I watched a couple movies this week. What all did I see? I watched, I think Creed 2 was last week. So this week I saw Into the Spider-Verse, which is fan-freaking-tastic. It was way better than I even thought, and I knew it was supposed to be really, really good, but it was really, really good. The art style in it's amazing. It's got a great soundtrack. It's a very, very well-polished. I do see now why some people say it might be one of the best superhero movies in a long time. So
really interesting.
I don't know if I 100% agree with it, but I had as much fun as I ever remember watching a superhero movie in a long time. So it's definitely worth. And now I do want to get more of the pops from that. So, and there's some that they haven't made, so I'm really, really surprised that they didn't do a 6-inch of the. I can't remember her first name, but it's like Penelope Parker or something like that, but it's this little girl, and in her version of Spider-Man, there's a radioactive spider that lives in this big giant mech robot that she uses to battle things, and the radioactive spider somehow powers the robot or something. I can't remember, but I saw that, and I saw Green Book, which was really, 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 really good, and Vice, which was the movie where Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney. That was pretty entertaining.
Okay. And
then I watched RBG, the documentary about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and that was pretty good too. Yeah, I think that's all the movies I saw this week. Yeah, when we got our foot of snow the other day, I worked from home, and so I'm not used to. I listen to music all day at work, but when I'm at home, I kind of just have the TV on in the background. So I watched Vice, but I don't remember anything about Vice. It seemed good. I got what I needed to get out of it, and I probably won't watch it again. But
right.
But
you said you saw Creed 2?
Yeah, I did. I watched that the week before last.
How was it?
I mean, it was good. It was a little more campy. The whole concept of that. He's taking on Drago's son and stuff like that.
Right.
But they brought back all the people. I mean, they even had Brigitte Nielsen's in it even, and no, it was good. I can't complain. I liked the first Creed movie better.
Okay,
but, I mean, it was no Rocky 5. If you guys have all seen Rocky movies, Rocky 5.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Living in America.
All right, let's see here. They're still talking about some more of these other ones. The Mighty Orbots. I don't remember that one.
No, I don't remember that one either.
Hey, I got a question for both of you guys since you brought up Creed. What do you guys think of Creed potentially becoming the next on-screen Superman?
So Michael P. Jordan as Superman?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
No,
because
so many people that rumor. Did they actually cast Batman?
Yeah, no, they have. It's coming down between. It's either Edward from Twilight or some other guy that I have no idea who it is.
Sparkly vampire Batman. Just say no.
Well, if Batfleck wasn't such an alcoholic, I'm sure he would have did all right.
Yeah, I think he would.
You know, it's too bad that Ben Affleck decided to start to suck a little bit. It doesn't sound like he's still good doing movie stuff, but it sounds like in his personal life he's just kind of garbage. But that's kind of maybe he's got the Kiefer Sutherland thing. Every time I see footage of Kiefer Sutherland going out in public, he gets drunk enough that he has to take his shirt off. And I'm like, dude, you're like, stop taking your shirt off. I mean, granted, you probably look better with your shirt off than I do, but stop it. I don't take my shirt off.
Exactly. Just enough.
I mean, yeah. I think when you don't have a 1 or a 2 in front of in the beginning of your age, you can't take your shirt off in public anymore. Unless you're at like a pool or the beach. But
dad bod.
No, well, you know, they could do. I don't know how I feel about it, you know? Because they could do an alternate take on Superman. You know, they could do any of the, you know, like the death of Superman and when they had the 4 Supermen and stuff coming back and stuff like that. And he would easily be able to play one of those. But, you know, I don't know. I'm all about being PC and giving everybody a shot at everything, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Don't know how I feel about it. I think I'd be okay with it. You know, really what's sinking in with me is I just don't think it would go over commercially as well. And I don't want them to make any missteps. I mean, I'd see it in a heartbeat. You know, Michael B. Jordan's a great actor, you know, and Black Panther very well. It probably won't, but it's up for Best Picture. You never know. So Sunday night, it'll win something. I just don't know what it'll win. It'll probably win all the best film editing, best sound effects, all the ones that you
exactly. Plus costume.
Well, I thought that movie had better sound effects editing. Well, no, you don't remember that kind of crap. But no, it's good to have a superhero movie up for Best Picture because if I remember right, because The Dark Knight wasn't up for Best Picture. And I still feel like Heath Ledger kind of got the joke. He did a really, really good job, but I think it was kind of like the year that like American Idiot was up for Best Album, and they gave it to Ray Charles's Weird Collection because he died that year. Sometimes I feel like I never feel great about when they give when the award goes to somebody who just passed away, because I always kind of feel like that probably had a little bit to do with it. So, but maybe it didn't. Right, I mean, Heath Ledger did a great job. Don't get me wrong.
He did, hands down.
But
amazing job.
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was up against. You know, I mean, I still remember the worst year for Best Picture that this just had the craziest. Because wasn't it like for Best Picture that one year it was what Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, Quiz Show. Man, I don't remember what the fifth one was, but it was crazy. I think Forrest Gump won. Let's see here. It was like one of the best lineups for Best Pictures that I ever remember. Okay, so it must have been the 67th Academy Awards. So what was up for Best Picture? Okay, no, so it was Forrest Gump, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Pulp Fiction, Quiz Show, and The Shawshank Redemption.
Wow.
Those are all really, really
yeah, definitely.
That's the worst I ever remember. Because, okay, so I'm a big music nerd. I'm a huge movie nerd. I watch the Oscars every year. I don't always watch the Grammys though. Sometimes I'll watch it later and kind of fast forward through some parts. But the Grammys have too many weird awards that I just don't need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm perfectly fine. Plus, now there's a lot of stuff that gets nominated for best stuff that I don't know what it is. Because, I do an okay job keeping up with modern music, but not all of it. And
no, times have changed.
Yeah. I mean, I still like some modern rap. I really, really, really love me some. Why am I retarded? Oh, I shouldn't say retarded.
That's a Mark. How dare you? Oh my! That's it. That's it. We're gonna be shut down. We're gonna be shut down across all platforms. The FBI is gonna be outside your house tonight. Unbelievable! I can't believe.
I know
the audacity. Oh, I'm offended.
No, I love Run the Jewels. I love Childish Gambino. Is there a lot of other modern ones I listen to?
Mark, you just triggered me.
I triggered you? Well, there's all these people boycotting. All these advertisers pulled their spots from YouTube this week because they found some weird, like not kiddie porn, but like videos where people were bookmarking certain things and talking about it, like timestamps and stuff. And it was like some big weird rabbit hole. There's some, I don't know if you guys saw that video that was going around about that.
I never saw
Disney pulled their advertising. Epic Games pulled their advertising. Nestle pulled their advertising. A whole bunch of people did from YouTube this week.
There's a real big piece of news that we've left out all show, and maybe we could end it on a high. Mr. Marshall Mathers, Mr. Eminem himself, literally go at Netflix and say, Netflix, you messed up big time. And then John Bernthal tweets back at Eminem and goes, I'm honored that you watch. So after all that nonsense last night, today a report comes out that one of two places, either Hulu or FX On Demand, is going to pick up Daredevil and The Punisher to start. And it's going to be John Bernthal as the Punisher. They're not going to recast or remake. It's just going to be a continuation.
Yeah, no. I think they're going to Hulu because Disney owns Hulu now. And
then so be it. So be it. But they own FX too.
Yeah, but FX On Demand isn't a streaming service.
You can't. But okay. Where? So I'm thinking if they go to Hulu, you could at least curse and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because Handmaid's Tale is on Hulu, and that's just brutal.
Okay. So then you feel like the reports are positive and that we're going to get to continue with these amazing shows.
Yeah. So. People have figured that this is what was happening forever ago. That's why they're canceling all of them, even the ones that have done well. Because I think we're still getting.
They're going to give one more season of Jessica Jones.
Yep, Jessica Jones. But yeah, they're all. I would be very surprised if we didn't start hearing that they're going to be in production. Because right now they had long-term contracts. Because like The Incredibles 2 just came to Netflix last month, or the beginning of this month actually. And so there's still things that they had planned out before Disney bought Fox and everything. But now that Disney owns Fox, because I think their Disney's streaming service itself is a little ways off. And I don't think they want to put the Marvel properties on the Disney service because, they want to market the Disney service as, a family. So those are all going to go to Hulu. Now,
I love Punisher.
Interesting though is the previous seasons are probably still going to live on Netflix. So you'd have to have Netflix to watch the first half of all of them, and then you'll have to get Hulu to watch the rest of them. But luckily, I was smart, and on Black Friday when they had the deal, you get Hulu for 1 year for $1 a month. So I'm
nice. There you go.
Good on Hulu. So like every month, I get charged like $1.06 for my Hulu. And
oh no, the damage to the wallet.
I know it's terrible.
Does John Travolta from Pulp Fiction come out every time you open your wallet?
And just start wandering around. No, yeah, because they're good shows, and I don't see a reason for that. Some of them. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they all come back. But I know they'll bring back Punisher because that. Even though I did finish the first season finally. Are you proud of me, Anthony? I watched the first.
Proud of you. Those that I have watched fully.
But now, see, it's still daunting because I'm making myself watch them all in order. So now next is Jessica Jones season 2. So I have to watch that, and then Luke Cage, then Iron Fist, then Daredevil, then Punisher. So it's gonna be a while before I get to Punisher season 2. But then I'll be done until
when you putting in the Defenders?
I watched the Defenders because Defenders aired before Punisher, so that's the last one I watched.
Okay.
So
that's actually all right. So Punisher season 1, Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, and Punisher season 1, and then Defenders, and then the rest of them. Punisher season 2 it was really good. It wasn't season 1, but it was really good. I'll just leave it at that.
One at all. No, I agree.
But it's still phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Well, I'm very interested to see the other ones too, because I liked all of them. I'm one of the only people that seems to like Iron Fist. I liked the first season of Iron Fist. I got a kick out of it, and I'm looking forward to watching the second season of it. I mean, he's kind of weird, and he's kind of pretentious, and I just still see him as his character in Game of Thrones a lot of the time.
And I love Jessica Jones because she's a private investigator and an alcoholic. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, yeah, and that's great. And Kristen Ritter is great. I mean, she's been in lot. I mean, she got killed by Walter White.
Was that a Breaking Bad reference?
Yes. You didn't watch Breaking Bad?
No.
Anthony.
No.
One of the greatest shows that have ever been on television.
No.
You need to watch it. You won't.
I've tried. Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, all these shows.
You couldn't get in The Sopranos, and you live on the East Coast, and you couldn't get in The Sopranos.
I am the definition of that movie, and I couldn't get into it.
I bet you haven't watched Deadwood.
Nope.
Now, my guilty one that I keep trying, and I own on Blu-ray and digital, that I need to watch. I've watched the first season like 3 times because I keep starting it over because too much time has gone by. But I need to watch The Wire, and because
The Wire's amazing.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Oh, I really liked it every time I've watched it. But there's
always Wire's amazing.
After I finished the first season, and I think I've seen like half of like season 5. I think I just picked up and started watching it when it was live, during that year. But yeah, McNulty, and I mean, there's so many good actors in that show,
and if neither one of you have, I don't know if we spoke about this before, but you should both watch, even though it was canceled, The Following.
The Following, yeah.
Was that the one with Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon, yeah.
I watched it. Was there more than one season? Because I think we watched
3.
The first
there was 3. I think there was 3 seasons.
I'm sure
Joe Carroll lives.
I'm sure I have it.
Joe Carroll lives.
But
watch it.
Watch it. I need to finish
The
Leftovers. I need to finish The Leftovers because that's supposed to be really good too. And I really like the first season. It's just really, really weird. I even have the Leftovers pops. But it's another weird one that they made pops for. I just don't understand why they made pops for that one. Just like I can't understand why they're making pops for Billions. Billions is a great show. Does not need pops.
does not need pops.
No, because they don't. They just kind of look like the people and
plain.
And I'm the only person I know that watches Billions anyway.
One of the best shows I ever watched, and all 8 seasons, was Dexter.
Oh God! Oh yeah.
No, I consider Dexter was a really great show, but the last season existed. Worst final episode of anything ever.
Probably the worst way to end anything ever.
It was just so dumb. But I loved all the rest of it. I mean, I've even read the books that it's based on. But no. And in fact, we were talking at work, one of my all-time favorite shows. They'll never make pops of it or anything, but Boston Legal is one of my all-time favorite shows. I don't know if you guys ever watched any of that.
No.
It's David E. Kelly, because first he did, they did Ally McBeal, and then they had the spinoff of Ally McBeal, which was The Practice. And then at the end of The Practice, the last season, it was run by James Spader, and then you started getting introduced to one of the rival law guys from one of the other law firms, Denny Crane, which is William Shatner. And then they formed Boston Legal, which was their own series. So it's James Spader and William Shatner at their comic gold best. It's so good. If you like law shows and you like David Spader and you like William Shatner, you can't go wrong. And Boston Legal is on Hulu. Forever you couldn't stream it on anything. So I had to buy I gotten all the episodes. But now it is actually on Hulu, so you can actually watch them, and you'll laugh. But it's such a funny show, but it's also very, very poignant, and it has, a good message. It's very good. And
interesting.
Just the idea that for several episodes, James Spader and William Shatner used to have to sleep in the same bed and be tied to each other because James Spader character would have night terrors and he was worried he was going to jump off the balcony of his hotel. So you'd have to sleep together, tied to each other. And yeah. And then they had a guy that's got Asperger's, and was it him or his girlfriend that had a relationship with an iPhone? I can't remember. It's a very weird show, but it's really good.
Well, gents, what do you say on that note? Because
oh yeah, we hit 2 hours. It was like earlier. I'm like, oh wow, we're only gonna go like an hour and a half, and now we ramble at the end a lot.
That's what we do.
Sometimes our best stuff is at the very end.
I'm just tired. I need sleep.
Jessica Jones Q-Fig.
That's exactly what that is, and that's why she's my favorite, man. And she's smoking hot, so it's a win-win.
Now, Kristen Ritter is not related to John Ritter,
which is fine. She's still smoking hot.
Yeah. So, kids, we will be back again same time next week. I thank everybody in the chat for watching, because it makes it a lot more fun when we have people in there to talk about. And man, it was another good show. So you guys have a great night. We will see you next week. Start figuring out what the hell you're going to spend your money on for Emerald City Comic Con, because it's coming up. And next Friday, we'll all share what we bought at Target Con, because 8 a.m. Friday morning online, Target Con goes live.
And so there it goes.
All right.
Wayne's World.
Luke.
Yep. I have to get Glow Vader. Yep. I need to get Baby Jack 10-inch. I want to get that Glow Captain Marvel.
Marvel and Vader. That's me.
And I've got to get 2 of the Bombshells boxes, because I need one of the Bruce Waynes for my Batman wall, and Amy needs one for her Bombshells wall.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know. So, because if you look over here, there is a lot of Bombshells over there.
Yes, there is.
My goodness.
In fact, we got another Dwella Dent in the mail today, because she also makes a custom of each of them for the girl ones. I don't think she's going to do a custom of the Bruce Wayne one, but maybe she will, and then we'll have to get a third one. But yeah, so everybody, we will be meeting back here the same time next week, and we'll be talking about what we all got for Target Con. Plus, we'll have another fun main topic. So, you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any suggestions? Anything we want to see us do on the show? You can hit us up at stuff@thatdamnshow.com. And or hit us up. We all have our own emails for that too. You can do Mark, David, or Anthony at thatdamnshow.com as well, and we will email you back. We just want to any way you want to contact us, feel free. But if you have any input, anything you want to hear us talk about, or anything in the show, let us know, and we'll be sure to try to address it. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
Good night. Good night. Good night.